The start page is what we're going to be presented with each time that we launch Studio One, and it is the central location to access and manage our songs and projects, as well as our artist profile. So let's start from the top left and make our way across to cover its various areas. So in the upper left-hand corner, we have a SoundCloud icon, and if we click on that, we can connect with our SoundCloud account and actually upload tracks from within Studio One. I'll go ahead and close that out. And then to the right of that, we have an area for working with our macro organizer. Now all the way to the right, we have a transfer status icon, and this is going to be active if we're doing any transfers from our Presonus account. And we can actually click once on that to see any previous transfers or the current ones that are happening right now. I'll close that out. Now in the upper right, we have Start Song and Project, and these three buttons are going to be with you regardless of which particular space you're in within Studio One, whether you're working on a song or you're doing some mastering on the project page, or if we're on the start page. These are always going to be visible and allow you to quickly change between these if you have any open songs or open projects both at the same time, or you need to return to the start page for anything. We next have Create a New Song, Create a New Project, and Open an Existing Document. So if we click on the Create a New Song, we're presented with a dialog where we can go ahead and put in a song title, its location, and various other info, and we'll take a closer look at that at a later time. I'll go ahead and cancel out. We then have all of our recent files that are going to be displayed here that we've been working with. This will constantly update as you create new songs and projects. But if we'd like, we can hover to the left and click that pin icon to have a particular song or project stick around. Next, we have a tab for accessing the song folder for Studio One. We have a tab for accessing the project folder. So any songs or projects that we have saved within our Studio One folder, they will show up here. And in the center area here, we have a space for managing our artist profile. And this information will be included whenever we export a song from Studio One. So we could do things like clicking on the ellipsis here and then choosing a particular image that we'd like to have to represent our artist. We can click once here and put an artist name, genre of music we're working on, and also a website here. Now just below that, it's going to show the currently active audio device. We can click once on that and we'll be taken to the options menu and the audio setup tab. And from here, we can click the drop down menu and change to a different audio device. We can also access the control panel for the particular device that we're using. I'll go ahead and cancel out of here. And just below that, we have configure audio device, and this will essentially take us to the same area that we were just at, just another way to get there. And while we're back in the options menu, just note that we have an external devices tab, and this will allow you to set up a MIDI controller, which we'll go into further in a later section. I'll cancel out. We then have check for updates to be sure that our version of Studio One is the most current. We are all set here. Then we have About Studio One, which will display the current version as well as your serial numbers. Now to the right, we have a news feed which comes directly from Presonus, and this is going to showcase any new products or sample packs or tutorials and various other information. Again, this is from Presonus. Now to the right of that, we have demos and tutorials, and this is going to give you access to any demos and tutorials that you have installed from your Presonus account to give you a better idea of working with Studio One. Now, if this is showing up blank for you, what you'd want to do is come up to Studio One. Then you would want to click on the Studio One installation. Now, in the window below, you can see we have Studio One demos and tutorials. You would then just click and select that. Be sure that you have download from Presonus account, and then just choose install. And then that should take care of this area being blank if that's what you're experiencing. One last thing that I'd like to mention is that we can access the options menu from any screen, whether it's the start page, the song page, or project page, by pressing Control, or Command, on the Mac. And then we now have access to our options menu where we can make any adjustments that we need.